Welcome to NewsBeast Roadside Edition. We're here in Manchester, New Hampshire at the Red Barn Diner, established 1930. And I love diners. I love New Hampshire. It's game day. It's primary day. We got the great Patricia Murphy and the...
Hello.
The tired Lloyd Grove.
This is not Lloyd's time to shine, I would like just to point out.
That's
he really
Excels
comes
at dark.
alive at night.
It's
Yes.
Lloyd After Dark. It's his cable access show.
I don't recommend the Nashua Holiday Inn. That's all I gotta say.
The 4 Point Sheridan is conveniently located between a Starbucks and a strip club, ladies.
I should have been there.
Both sides of the day covered.
We should have switched.
All right, so okay, but this is seriously, it's game day. There's a little bit of Huntsman surging. We were talking to Bob, the owner of the diner. He's voting Huntsman, but clearly Romney's got this overpowering lead. I'm thinking benchmark. My benchmark for him is 32. That's the total percent of the vote he got in 2008. If he can't clear that, then he's got that same Iowa problem. His ceiling is his floor. He's not adding supporters. But clearly, this is Mitt Romney's to lose by any measure, right?
If Romney falls before 32, I'm going to be at Gingrich headquarters tonight. There's going to be a lot of gloating.
There's going to be some snarky gloating.
Snarky gloating. Newt is really mad at Romney, and he's just going to be smiling, even though he's probably going to come in no better than third, probably fourth.
Probably fourth. I mean, I think he and,
Maybe fifth.
yeah. Do you think they're going to be serving pious bologna as a little? I hope so.
I have ordered the pious bologna pie for breakfast.
Oh, bologna pie!
I
You just
cannot
took
wait.
it. Oh,
Now
wrong.
my benchmark for Mitt Romney's going to win here. He's going to dominate. I don't even think it matters if he loses votes because nobody's that into this election around here. Every Republican I've talked to in Iowa, in New Hampshire, in South Carolina says, if Mitt Romney gets the nomination, I'm going to vote for him. It doesn't really matter to me how well he does here. Let's talk about South Carolina. If he comes 1, 2, 3, bam, 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 he's got it locked up. New Hampshire's his.
Okay, but for the only vote that counts is on election day. You're thinking it doesn't matter. Done.
Well, it doesn't matter because we know he's going to win, right? I mean, unless
He's
he
the
gets...
Paul Tsongas of this race. Paul Tsongas being the Massachusetts senator in 1992, who won by a wide margin, but all the heat was on Bill Clinton, who
Right.
came in second and was the comeback kid.
Fun fact, the only Massachusetts statewide elected official who has lost New Hampshire, Mitt Romney, 4 years ago. So he does have that albatross around his neck, I guess. All right, so let's do rankings. So what's your sense, top five, how does it break down? Lloyd?
Well, obviously Romney first. I guess Ron Paul is a good position for second, but that's kind of meaningless in the Republican primary process because he ain't going to get it. Huntsman allegedly surging, we'll see. And then Gingrich is just here to do damage.
And Santorum just...
Santorum seems not to have, at least in the latest tracking polls, has not surged like he did in Iowa.
Although they are selling out of sweater vests now.
Well, I've bought 3 already, and they fit great. It's the V-neck that's the key.
It's a good look
and
for
the
you,
quality
actually.
of the wool is important. Cashmere is better.
You can wrap pious bologna in a sweater vest if
You
you
can.
like.
That actually just summed up the entire bottom half of the Republican ticket.
Now, here are my rankings. Obviously,
yeah.
Mitt Romney, number 1. Ron Paul, number 2. This guy is totally on fire with the people who care about him. It's making Republicans really worried because every Ron Paul rally you go to, I saw 1,000 people in an airport hangar. It was more like a rock concert
Right.
than a Ron Paul rally.
The oldest rock star ever.
Absolutely. You've got to think, A, Ron Paul could easily run as a third candidate and take votes away from any
Definitely.
Republican. B, Ron Paul is just setting up Rand Paul for 2016, so this nightmare for the Republicans will continue. So 1, Romney, 2, Ron Paul, 3, Huntsman. I think that Huntsman surge is real. I think it's key, and I think his margin is the one I'm looking at. Is Huntsman going to get over 10%? Is he up near 20%? That's when we know Huntsman's real. That's the race I'm watching.
Okay. I think that I'm going to hear my rankings. I think Mitt Romney 1, Huntsman 2. I think the surge is real.
Like it.
I think that it's the classic, former Republicans in the Northeast who became independents. Huntsman's their classic guy. He's got the big mo behind him. Too late to, I think, win, but I think, and if he comes in number 2, I don't know how you leave the race. I think he decamps to Florida and tries to fight there. 3, I'll go Ron Paul. Obviously, intense supporters. This is his great state. I'll do another benchmark. I think he's going to double his 2008 total, just like he did in Iowa. So I think he'll get around 16% or higher. He got 8% last time. Then I think Newt, and then Santorum bringing up the caboose for Rick Perry not even playing. Does he get 1,000 votes statewide? I'm thinking no.
Does he have 1,000 cousins here?
I'd like to wonder about whether Ron Paul is the oldest rock star. Is he older than Charlie Watts? Charlie Watts is pretty old.
You know,
He's in
I'd
his
pay a lot
70s.
of money to see Charlie Watts. Has anyone ever seen Charlie Watts and Ron Paul in the same room?
I don't know who you're talking about.
He's the drummer,
drummer
of the
of the
Rolling
Rolling
Stones.
Stones.
I'm much, much younger than both of you.
Well,
Final word, Patricia.
Dunkin' Donuts.
neuter.
Yankee
Huntsmania.
breakfast. Huntsmania. Oh, I'm going to go Huntsmania, actually. I'm stealing hers. I was going to go Yankee breakfast, but I'll eat that in a second. That's all from us from NewsBeast on the Road, New Hampshire edition. We'll see y'all soon.